This man can still feel a hand he lost years ago, and a 2-pound mirror made the pain disappear. When someone loses an arm or a leg, most of them don't feel it vanish. They feel it stay. The missing limb is still vividly there. It can itch, it can feel warm or cold, it seems to move. And for a great many people, it hurts. A phantom hand can clench into a fist so tightly that the fingernails feel like they're digging into the palm, and no matter how hard they try, they cannot get it to open. So how do you feel agony in a hand that simply isn't there? The first obvious guess is the stump. The nerves that were cut are still there, frayed and firing off signals, and that is a real part of it. But it can't explain a whole, detailed, moving hand with individual fingers you can feel. For that, you have to go much further up, right into the brain. Because your brain holds a complete map of your body spread out across its surface. A little scaled down view painted onto the cortex. Your hand has its own patch of territory. Your face has another, your feet, your lips, all of it, laid out in order like districts on a map. Now amputate the hand, and its district on that map suddenly goes dark. No more signals coming in. But brain territory does not sit empty for long. The neighbouring regions, starved for space, simply start to creep in and take it over. And here is where it gets genuinely uncanny. On that map, the patch for your hand sits right next door to the patch for your face. So in many amputees, if you gently stroke their cheek, they feel it. Clear as day on the fingers of the hand that is no longer there. The face has quietly invaded the empty hand. So what about the pain? The leading idea is a cruel little feedback loop. The brain keeps firing off commands to move the phantom hand, but no signal ever comes back to say that it moved. So the brain concludes the hand is stuck, jammed, frozen in that clench. It's a kind of learned paralysis, and a limb frozen tight forever hurts. Which led a neuroscientist named V.S. Ramachandran to one of the cheapest, most elegant ideas in the entire history of medicine: a mirror. He stood a plain mirror upright beside the patient, angled so the reflection of their good hand appeared exactly where the phantom one felt like it should be. The patient looks into the mirror and sees 2 whole hands again. Then they move the real one. And the brain, watching the reflection, finally sees the phantom hand do what it's told. It opens. It unclenches. The frozen fist lets go at last. And for many people, the phantom pain that had haunted them for years quietly drained away. Now, to be fair, it doesn't work for everyone, and scientists still argue over exactly why it works when it does. But the deeper lesson is staggering. Your arm was never really in your arm. The entire feeling of your body is built and held inside your brain, which means you can soothe a limb you no longer have simply by fooling that map with a mirror. So your body isn't quite where you think it is. It's a map drawn in your head that can outlive the territory it was drawn from. Mind the gap. If your own body being stranger than you thought is the kind of thing that hooks you, the next one goes further in and smaller than you'd ever want. On the newly discovered things living inside your body right now that don't fit the definition of alive. Same channel, same phantom little man.